What is up, everyone? Bo here from BZ Hub. Today I've got some interesting news. It's really just 4 pieces of information that I wasn't willing to believe something in the beginning, and then after finding out all this stuff, I started to think, okay, well, maybe it's something that may be true. I have 4 pieces of information, like I said in the beginning, and it all starts out with a simple definition of what TRURACK is. For those of you who do not know, TRURACK, spelled T-R-U-RACKS, is a system that was developed for the Hunter Classic, which truly made every encounter completely random, well, or nearly random. Basically, it was based off of Boone and Crockett's score sheets, or just score sheets that the Hunter created it for the game, I guess, which then knew which tines and which main beams, lengths, thicknesses, all of that could be then changed, randomized almost, so that, you could find an elk or a whitetail with a long main beam, short main beam, what have you, and have any number of tines on it, and those tines could be any number of lengths and, widths around all of that stuff. So, truly, it made the game very unique, because you could find a elk of this size and a whitetail of this size. It's like they were like snowflakes. There was no way you were going to find something that was identical to something you found before. There was just no way. And so because of that, it led to a lot of player competition within the Hunter, friendly competition, obviously, because, it was real life, basically. Everything was random, if you found a non-typical, no one was going to find a non-typical just like it. And so it eventually led to non-typicals. And so when we talk about TRURACK getting into Call of the Wild, in the beginning it seemed like, I don't know, are they going to implement this? It was pretty big back in the Hunter Classic, but here we are, the Call of the Wild, and it's not part of the game. But with that out of the way, let's get into my examples. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Bo, back when they put in Parque Fernando, they had an update, and they put out this big 3-page thing about the trophy lodges, and then sitting next to it was a sheet of paper, and on the sheet of paper it clearly said that there were going to be crazy new racks coming out. Wasn't that what this was all about? Wasn't that the first hint? No, it wasn't. Let me tell you, the first hint was actually back in Vurhonga, when no one ever thought this was an actual thing. At first, it was just thought that it was a glitch, but really, it was the kudu without horns. Does anyone remember when the kudu didn't have horns and we all thought, this is a weird glitch, why is this a thing that is happening? Well, let me tell you. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, TRURACK. Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist here, I'm far from it, but when you put 2 and 2 together, I mean, they were getting the game ready, they were removing horns, they were removing antlers from all of the animals so that they could put this TRURACK system in. I mean, if you think about it, from the game having 3 different models, one with short horns, one with medium horns, one with big horns, and they were 3 different models, maybe a 4th one thrown in there for a really small version, and then those 4 versions just roam the wilds of Vurhonga, or if it was a deer, it was Layton Lake, or whatever it may be. Those were out there, and now, here with the kudu, the first I noticed anyway, it's changing. They're getting rid of the antlers, they're getting rid of the horns, and they're getting ready to throw in this system that randomizes the effect. This one should come as a surprise to no one, literally. This was huge news when it came out. The Parque Fernando hint, they gave out this big poster board which showed the trophy lodge, which we all know about right now, and then on the box right next to it was a letter describing what everyone believed to be TRURACK. At the time, I thought, let's not get ahead of ourselves, everyone. But at this point, when I'm putting everything together, it's starting to seem more feasible. Plus, once you see the last bit, yeah, it kind of spells itself out. This is one I got to experience while trying out the Trophy Lodge beta, but something I was noticing with the horned and antlered animals right now is that when you switched the mounts, the poses, I suppose, and I'm trying to show it here in slow motion, the antlers just have a little bit of lag catching up with the pose of the deer, which just, I feel, cements the idea that they're two separate entities at the moment. There's the deer and there's the antlers, which just makes me think that the system is going to replace the antlers because it is a separate thing. It's not two together. The last clue on the list was given by a member of the Hunter International Facebook page, in which he has a response from the Hunter Call of the Wild telling him, evidently, would you rather have TRURACK get that once-in-a-lifetime buck and not be able to do anything but take a screenshot, or have a trophy lodge to store animals in and then get TRURACK? We felt the latter was the better order of things. So, I mean, this is what I think is a pretty good dead giveaway, that TRURACK, TRURACK, you know, is coming to the Hunter Call of the Wild. I'm looking forward to it. I know everyone else is looking forward to it. Everyone's ecstatic. You know, does this mean non-typicals are coming at the same time? We don't know. But what we do know is that we're certainly going to have a wider range of trophies that we're going to be picking up, which is exciting. It's just as big of an addition to the Trophy Lodge. Though myself, I'm more excited about the Trophy Lodge, but it's such a cool time to be playing the Hunter Call of the Wild. So, to mention the Hunter International Facebook page once again, if you're not a member of that, go ahead, go on Facebook and join that group because it's great. There's tons of people, part of the community, who talk about the Hunter all the time, and just love the game and love, you know, going through different questions and problems, and everyone is very supportive of everyone else, and I just can't recommend it enough. While you're on the internet doing all these things and watching my video, if you could please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button. I hope you watched it all the way to the end because I think all four of these different little hints, I think they're pretty cool. I just kind of knew them as separate things and then put them all together, and I mean, obviously this last one was pretty big, but yeah, I think it's all great, and I hope you're just as excited as me. Comment below, tell me how excited you are, and let's get this ready. Let's see how much longer it's gonna be. I can't wait for the lodges to come out completely, and then see what the hint is that, yes, TRURACK is definitely coming to the Hunter Call of the Wild. So, thank you all for watching. See you out there.